I just wanted to talk about the 23-year journey, because when you work with someone who you get on very well with straight away, you have got a lot of similarities. We both play hockey. We both,
try and play.
Hockey. Yeah. Well, now, when you over the periods of time, we're placing Alex 5 times, and in the 5th time, it's like, it is a friendship.
You've always marshaled my career really well. I mean, when I moved down from Leeds, you got me my first job and my second in the agency sphere. These were really good agencies that you got me into as well. So, my world, if you like, has gone through client servicing, then into business development that culminated with me being a VP at a large corporate and running big global sales teams. But obviously, when I finished there, you were my first phone call, and you always will be, because I kind of tell you what I'm after, and you kind of go, due to your relationships, yeah, I'm good. I know who we could do. And then when we talked to Aircards, it was great, because private equity bank businesses are, interesting businesses. They're very focused businesses. And I think, sort of segregating into the commercial world, my role now at Aircards is to make sure that, we hit those numbers, and we make sure that we grow the business in the right way. And, in all honesty, the agency world is changing. And I'm glad I had my stint out of the agency world. And I think the agency world should be looking outside itself a little bit more.
Big time.
And looking at, these kind of events are super. They're great for relationship building, but there's also a way of building pipelines in a much more deliberate way for private equity businesses who want to see numbers. So there's an element of making the right pipelines, getting the right staff, getting the right skill sets, but looking wider. And I think going back to what you guys do, DNA always does that. They do look wider than just the industry, and I think it's great. It really is.